Hey guys, welcome back. Megs here. I know it's been a really long time since I've seen you, but I decided that I should probably get back on the bandwagon and start sending you guys some more reviews. So here I am. Today I want to talk about two horror movies because tis this season. So today I want to talk about two horror movies in particular that I started watching. Just kind of randomly, I was searching through the Netflix, so you can find both of these on Netflix. I was randomly searching. They kind of just caught my eye. One is We Summon the Darkness, and the second is The Perfection. We're going to start off with We Summon the Darkness. It starring Alexandra Dario, Amy Forsyth, Keen Johnson, are the main people they have on their little star list. I also noticed that they have cool little guest stars in there that pop in, such as Johnny Knoxville, and I'm pretty sure Danny McBride. Pretty sure, don't quote me on that. It looks like him. If you watch it, let me know in the comments. So, with these two movies, I wanted to put these two together in particular because when I went into watching them, I felt like they were going to be one thing, and they turned out to be something completely different, okay? So they're both classified as like thriller horror movies, right? So this one, the little quote-unquote, it came out in 2020, right? So it's a new movie. It's an hour and 30 minutes long. It comes out here saying, ritualistic murders have been happening in their town. This group of metalheads is about to have one hell of a night. Right? So it starts off with these three... Sorry, guys. It starts off with these three very beautiful girls in their Jeep driving down the highway, you know, listening to their tunes. You know, they're stopping at the gas station. They're getting their snacks. They're ready to go to this concert. You think that they're just some, you know, these girls that are going to this concert. They're going to have a good time. Some stuff happens on the road. They're hearing about these murders, you know. So they're going to a metal concert and stuff happens on the road. And they end up meeting up with these guys at this concert. And then they start hanging out with them. And, you know... And then just kind of goes haywire from there. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. You hear the whole ritualistic murders happening in the town, so you're thinking, and then in the genres it says satanic stories, so you think it's going to be something about like maybe spiritual or like satanic or like exorcism type of stuff, but nope, not at all. It's pretty funny though. How do I go about explaining this? Alexandra Daddario does a great job. She plays a very, very good role in this movie. I was very, what is the word I need to say here? I was very impressed by her skills in this movie. It did seem to drag on a little bit. It was a little long, I felt. I felt they could have sped up the process a little bit. I started calling bits as it was. There was parts in it where I was like, is it going to go this way? Is it going to go that way? Like I said, it totally switched on me. I don't want to give you the full story because I want you to watch it and see the twist in it. And like I said, there's Johnny Knoxville in it, which I haven't seen him in a long time, so it was really cool to see him. He's always been a favorite of mine, especially since I was a young kiddo. And I love Danny McBride. So maybe that I'm just partial because they were in it. But there is blood, there's guts, you know, there's definitely a lot of elements in it that are good for Halloween and this time of year. So, and it's different than a lot of different things that I've watched lately. So, I would definitely recommend, if you are into the horror movie genre, you're looking for something a little different. I do warn you though that I felt it dragged along a little bit. It did drag in some parts, but it was funny because there's parts where you're just laughing. You're like, what is going on here? But it's It's not scary. It's not a scary movie at all. I will warn you. It's in the horror movie genre, and thrillers. Maybe it's more of a thriller, but it's not a horror movie genre. But I liked it. I was intrigued. I enjoyed it. I thought the Alexandra Daddario, who's so beautiful, did a magnificent acting job in it. I mean, there are a couple corny parts in it, but with any horror movie, I'd say it's more of a gore movie than a horror movie. There's gonna be corny moments, so, but I didn't see it advertised anywhere, so I don't know exactly how I found it, but yeah, I would recommend it. Just saying. Okay, and now the second movie is called The Perfection. This one came out in 2019. It is also an hour and 30 minutes long. It stars Allison Williams. Logan Browning, Steve Weber. It is classified as an LGBT movie and a horror movie. It says here, in this twisty horror thriller, a once promising music prodigy reconnects with her former mentors, only to find them taken a talented new pupil. Wow, I'm popular. So I remember when this first came out, I kept seeing it all over Netflix, okay? And the trailer that it showed was this girl, and it has her arm, and it's covered in bugs, right? And she's puking, and then she's puking, and there's bugs in her puke, and she's looking at her arm, and her arm's covered in bugs, and then it's ripping out, and there's bugs coming out of her arm, and she's like, oh my god. And then this other girl's like, oh, well, you know what you need to do. And she pulls out like a butcher's knife, and she hands it to her, and all of a sudden it just has like these creepy sorry guys, it just has this creepy flashes of all of these creepy ass things, like a girl getting her head shaved, and then like a psych ward, she's getting chained up, and then like these violins, and it's like this creepy music, and I'm like, okay, this movie looks creepy, you know, like right up my alley, you know. So finally I give in and I watch it. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm finally gonna watch this movie, you know. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, all right, this is going pretty good. Okay, all right. So it's like this woman, you know, and it starts off okay. She's a caretaker for her mother, is how it starts off, right? And she's a younger woman, obviously, maybe her 20s, early 30s. She's a caretaker for her mother, and her mother passes away. And like it says here, she decides to reconnect with her former mentors, because she was in a school, like an orchestra school. Well, it kind of turns out that they're kind of like they're a different school. They're like a really prestige school, you know, where if you go to the school, you become famous, you know, you do great things. And, you know, when she reaches out to these people, she realizes that the girl that kind of took her place, because she left because her mom got sick, is now famous, and she's a very talented, you know, orchestra player, and they meet each other, and then they, you know, they kind of hit it off, and you think the movie is going one way, you think, because then they introduce, like, oh, there's this sickness, and you're like, oh, cool, it's gonna be a zombie movie, and you're going off, and then it just takes a total twist, and then down another dark alley, and then you're like, what the HE double hockey sticks? Okay, so this movie ended up being a very sick and twisted movie. And the very end scene, I don't know if I will ever get that very end scene out of my head. The picture of that very end scene. I'm not going to go into descriptives with you. If you would like to watch the movie and find out for yourself, and leave me a comment below about that very end scene. I don't know. It gives me like images of like The Thing. I don't know why it makes me think of The Thing, but it does. It has no recollection with The Thing whatsoever, but it just makes me think of The Thing. I have no idea why. But yes, so this movie also was one that I thought was going to go one way with like a, you know, a cool horror movie, thriller, and then it just turned out to be some sick psychological way. So I don't so much, I mean, it was an okay movie. It took you on a sick, twisted, dark ride. It kept my interest. It did. It very much kept my interest because I wanted to know what was happening, you know, and it did. It did keep my interest. It did do that. I didn't very much like the material that they had in it, but did keep my interest. It did keep me watching. And then, like I said, I will not forget it. But yeah, so there are those movies there. Oh, and it says this movie is suspenseful. So yeah, it was, because the music that they have in it makes it very much suspenseful, because they do flashes. They do like the PTSD flashes where it's like boop, boop, boop with the music, because it's got the like very much violin, like boop, 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 and boop, boop, boop. So that very much plays a very much factor. That is very much a factor in the movie is the music, I would say, and the way that they portray things. All in all, if you're looking for suspense, keep your interest. Don't watch it with the kids around. Bad idea. But I mean, yep. So there's that for ya. I don't know how much of a review. I'm trying not to give you guys the answers to everything. I give you a little bit of the beginning and I'll let you watch. Yeah, leave me some comments. If you've seen either one of these movies, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of them. Were they things that you liked? Did you think that they were horror movies? I didn't think that either one of these technically were horror movies, like, at all. I mean, this one was more of a thriller than a horror movie. I don't think that it would be classified as a horror movie at all. I think Netflix needs to re-evaluate their classification systems, because this was not a horror movie. No, not at all. Let me know what you guys think. If you liked this video, let me know. I'm sorry about lighting and things of that nature. I'm still working on that with my new setup here. I will get better. Coming back and getting back into the motion of things is a little bit more tricky than I thought it was, but we will get back. I missed you all very much, and I will see you all very soon. And I hope you guys are all having a great day, a great night, whatever it may be. And love you all. See you guys very soon.